And here we are once again in the mansion.
Actually, now I suppose it's the Baldwin mansion.
Baldwin, Baldlose, who cares?
Yes, I quite like that little sort of interaction we had with Ernest.
By the way, have you noticed that the pictures have the plates in them, the red and black ones?
Do they? No, I hadn't noticed. I like sort of the little bit of humour, as well as sort of it starting to give you the idea of sort of what Maria's trying to do, and she just wants to find someone who's a person. Which sort of goes with the loneliness and the isolation we've been having. There's a ladder up that chimney.
And a red plate. And a black plate. Or board, as it says there.
Is it a board?
Yes.
I think we already picked up another one as well. We've got a grave, a riddle, and 3 boards that we have to enter into it.
And we already know the solution to this, so we'll just get on with it. Put the white board in. Now, I quite like the picture on it, which is of course the
White vial.
Yes. We'll see more of that later.
And we've got the black one.
Which has some sort of cup or grail on it. And of course, one with the book on it, as in, do not read from the book.
Was that it?
That's it, all we needed to do was cover all of the holes, and we get the key.
An acacia key. It's a strange little puzzle. It's sort of the only thing in this little hidden room which is full of greenery.
It seemed to be a... Is grave the thing to say? I'm not sure it is.
Yeah, it looks like a gravestone. I don't think it said it is. It doesn't actually have a name on the room that you were in, so... I was going to say as well, I quite like the detail in the rooms, like this room here with stuff all over in the cabinets and things on the tables.
Especially when you consider how old the game is. A lot of games of this time period would be... Their environments would be quite empty.
Yeah.
And essentially just square rooms.
Quite blocky, quite basic.
Whereas this has quite a lot of detail in it.
I think we've come across a few locked doors. One of which was not through that door but the other side. So I suppose we can try our key out. With a quick monster dodge. Yeah, I do quite like that spider web. And that strange camera angle.
Very Hitchcock.
Yes, it was very horror movie-esque. Nice corridor. Well, it's quite nice to see outside though, with the trees and the fog. It's a very shallow little box. It becomes a lot more apparent later on. It just has a painted background, I think. Matches. In this rather nicely done up kids' room. I like the wallpaper. It's clouds. "10 years ago, November."
If we examined the doll again, it would have told us that it's been very well loved.
Oh.
In that way that stuffed toys can only be loved by small children.
Yeah.
Oh no, she fell out the window! Don't move her!
What happened?
Strange.
Yes, no matter where you go in the room, no matter what you do, it'll just say there's no light apart from this
There's a
candle
candle
here.
here.
Probably shouldn't find matches in a kid's room.
Now suddenly the candle is somewhere else.
I assume she moved it.
I found something under the chair. Quite like this sort of "To my dearest daddy, happy birthday." The what is the attic? It's very messy and spiderwebby and again having lots of detail. I think that's sort of all there is to the room.
You can have a look at this though. Here we go.
From Amy.
Unfortunately, it does just show you it again.
Give it to my daddy.
It's a sort of haunted attic.
Yes, I mean, this whole scenario, the Maria scenario, Born from a Wish, is a ghost story.
Secret monster sneaking up on you. God, it's shiny enough.
Yeah, the reason she just had to reload her gun there is because you start off with one bullet in the gun for your head, and then you pick up more ammunition, so until you fire it or reload it, you only have one bullet in it.
It's a really nice detail, I think.
It's one of those 10-shooter revolvers. Can you get do those exist?
I'm not really sure they are, no. They do, no. To my knowledge, they're usually something more like, what,
5 or 6, isn't it?
6.
6?
Something like that, yeah. Yes, the whole story is actually quite neat. In a way, they probably could have expanded on it, but it's nice and simple, I guess.
Well, it was only supposed to be an extra for the main game when it got released on the... This is a very useful angle, by the way. It was just supposed to be an extra for its Xbox release. And then obviously it's been added to the PlayStation version later on for a later release, the greatest hits version, I believe, and then on the PC as director's cut.
I think have we now gone into the room where Baldwin was in before? Ernest was in before, rather.
Mm-hmm.
Acacia. I like this bit of flavour text. It gives it lots of extra meaning.
On the other hand, it is quite nice that they used a new, quite large location for an extra.
Yeah, it's like they sort of wanted to craft a quite nice, big, detailed house. Because for the most part, I think in Silent Hill 2, you're in lots of buildings, sort of like hospitals and so on and so forth. It's nice to have something quite different. It's the way we came. As well as I think we can go in there later. We know there's a monsters around the corner.
2. Oh no, there's just one. It just has two.
It just has a
two
badly
shadows.
cast shadow, yeah.
A badly cast shadow? Well, it has 2 shadows, presumably because there's 2 light sources.
Some signature Silent Hillness, going downstairs, and creepy music. And the house is sort of becoming more and more worn by the looks of it, as far as I can tell.
Well, so far as I think you can tell. No going into the kitchen for us.
Got another window instance.
There's bullets there, just walk past them.
Yeah, that's why she's turning her head.
Not that you need them, to be honest.
No, not really. The shadows of her feet look really weird sideways.
I think everyone's going to notice that now.
Sorry.
Were the shadows better on the PS2 or about the same? I forget.
I don't know, honestly, it's been quite a while. Oh, we're in sort of a little side kitchenette. Alright, a service room.
That's all we have time for, so we'll catch you next time.
Bye bye.